Here's how you ranked every single one of the 2021 Formula One liveries, and after that, I'll tell you my personal rankings as well. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, @ThePitwallPod, all that good stuff. It really means a lot. And coming in at number 10, a bit of a surprise possibly, we have Alpine. Alpine was by far the most hated livery out of all of these. I think a lot of it has to do with the carbon fiber on the car, not to mention the fact that they also teased a camo pink thing that everybody was really excited about and then just didn't mention it again, didn't acknowledge the fact that they said it. That's what you thought of it. I've gotten a lot of people commenting telling me that they hate everything about this car. Both liveries, they are just upset about the fact that carbon fiber is the primary thing, especially since this is one of the earlier liveries. I think this one took it in the face a little more than some of the other teams. Number 9, we have Haas. I kind of thought Haas might be number 10. Again, they were earlier in the season. A lot of carbon fiber. It just doesn't seem very innovative to some people. And overall, I just don't think people liked it very much. But for it to be this low, I'm kind of surprised about. Number 8. This is my biggest surprise out of all of them. We have Williams. I personally really like the Williams, which I'll get into in my rankings, but people seem to not really like the mix of the blues, the carbon fiber mixed in. The only positive thing you ever hear anybody say is about the Duracell top. However, people did rank this as 6 out of 10. The other ones were below 4, so there seems like there's a little bit of a gap between 8 and 9. Up next, we have probably the most controversial livery. At 7, we have Stake F1 Team. People's opinions of this car on both ends of the spectrum. There's some people, this is their favorite thing and they love how innovative it is in green, but other people are saying they hate how different it is and they hate the green and the weird like lightning bolt S looking thing on the side doesn't look good. And this is a very controversial livery, so it's at number 7. Some people love it, some people hate it. Coming in at number 6, we had McLaren. I think most people generally like this livery better than last year because they got rid of the blue. However, once again, people don't like the black. I don't think anybody's going to be satisfied with the McLaren until it's fully papaya once again, which it probably won't ever be. But overall, people didn't hate this livery, just not their favorite. Coming in at number 5, the one that never changes, good old middle of the road, Red Bull Racing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, except for they did change their cars seemingly, but this is about the livery anyway. They're not going to change it. Number 4, their sister team, VCARB. I think everybody really likes this livery. These are the kind of upper tier ones. The top 4 were quite close. Everybody loves this because it reminds them of Toro Rosso. I think it might be people's overall number 1 livery if they didn't have the white stripe down the side. This team will surely be a big talking point all season, but their rebrand seems to be overall accepted with open arms, despite the fact that their team name is terrible. Number 3, Aston Martin. I think the British racing green here for all the fans. Everybody loves this car, and it's also a lot of it's painted, and the carbon fiber is put in a place that is appealing and doesn't really draw your attention to it too much. And overall, they don't change their livery that much, and it's just clean, and I think that's why it gets number 3. Number 2 is Mercedes. I think this was the most surprising livery out of the entire season reveal. I think everybody was wondering, black and silver, which one is it going to be? And the fact that it was both is absolutely awesome. It's a whole thing that Mercedes is going for, the blend of colors, and people love this livery. This got a 9 out of 10. It was above the rest other than our number 1 livery, and everybody's really excited to see this in person. And number 1 with a resounding 10 out of 10. Every single person that voted for it voted it a 10 out of 10. Everybody's favorite team, Ferrari. Ferrari's livery is absolutely awesome. I think they improved it, but didn't change too much. It says Ferrari on the rear wing still. It has the white and yellow stripe down the side. The response to it has been absolutely incredible. And also shout out to the red wheel covers because they're awesome as well. All right, my personal rankings. I'll fly through these a little faster because most of my reasons are the same. Number 10 for me is Stake F1 Team. I'm just not a fan. I just don't think they integrated the green that well, and I don't think the green is that appealing. Next up, we have Alpine. For me, it's kind of hard to tell them apart because there's just so much carbon that if you swipe through them super fast, you're like, are these 2 different liveries? They usually do a pink livery. Oh, yeah, okay, that's pink. Like, it's just not great. Next up, we have Red Bull at number 8. Listen, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just like some other liveries more, and that's why they're put down this low. I can't really put them higher than 5, and I'm a bigger fan of some of the other liveries, so this is where they land for me. Number 7, we have Haas. I generally think I like this livery more than other people. I just think it's clean, but not too crazy, and obviously the carbon fiber of it all. Number 6, McLaren. I really like this livery. I think it's clean. I don't mind the black, and I'm so glad the blue is gone. Obviously, wish it was all papaya, but you know what? I can live with this, and that's why it's at number 6 for me. Number 5 is Williams. I guess I like the Williams more than some other people. I feel like Williams always makes pretty good liveries, and this one is good as well. Number 4, Aston Martin. Man, I love this car. If I wasn't a Mercedes fan, I don't really think I could be a fan of Aston Martin particularly, but I do love their team kit. That British racing green is just, it's just always so good. Next up at 3/number 2, the second place, you'll see what I mean. I am putting VCARB. I love this car. It's giving me nostalgia of Toro Rosso. I really love this VCARB livery, but it doesn't quite make my S tier like my tied for first place 2 favorites, Ferrari and Mercedes. Man, I love both these cars. Obviously, I mentioned it before, the stripes on the Ferrari is awesome. This car is just, you just look at it and it just feels right. And I think the most innovative livery is the Mercedes with the silver to black. It is just a special livery, and that's why I think these two kind of complement each other, where the Ferrari is just exactly what you want to see, the perfect Ferrari. Yeah, so that's how you rank the liveries, and that's how I rank the liveries. Tell me what you think. Which one are you most excited to see on track? And what is the Red Bull going to look like with no side pods? Kind of crazy, right? But anyway, that's been it. Subscribe, follow at the Pitwell Pod, and I'll see you on the next one.